Well, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. It is 8 o'clock on a Thursday morning, something of May, around about the 12th, 11th, something like that. And it is an exciting day for me today. It's a road trip day. So today we are off to York to see Jack. When I say we, I mean me and Lex. She's still asleep at the moment. I'm out with the dogs. I'm on my plumbing. Old time viewers will remember the plumbing. OG viewers. So yeah, we're off to see Jack, who lives in York. But on the way up, we are taking a slight detour and breaking the journey in Market Harbour. And some of you may have heard me mention this in recent videos, or those videos may not be out yet because my videos don't always come out in the order they're recorded. Market Harbour is the town I was born in. I lived there till I was 4. Then we moved to Bristol, but my grands remained in Market Harbour for the remainder of their lives, and so I went back to visit regularly. And Market Harbour is always home. It always feels like that's my hometown, even though I was only 4 when we moved away. And I haven't been back for, I think it's about 10 years since I was last there. My grannies died in 2002 and 2003 respectively. And I went back about 10 years later, I think. And I haven't been back since. And I've been feeling the pull recently. I've been feeling the pull to visit my hometown. So we're breaking the journey in Market Harbour. We're meeting up with Susan Badwolf, although I would be extremely astonished if she wanted to be on camera. She doesn't normally want her face on the internet. I think she's on the run. She's not on the run. But yeah, we're meeting up with her in Market Harbour because she lives near there. And we're going to do a couple of charity shops and have a coffee and stuff like that. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. So there's a very weird reflection on my glasses that's making me look like I've got maybe my eyes is partially closed. Maybe my eyes collapsed. I don't know. But yes, I'm really looking forward to it. So we've got a long drive. It's 2 hours and 23 minutes. According to the Google Maps, it's 2 hours and 23 minutes to Market Harbour. And then, freakish coincidence, from Market Harbour to Jack's house, 2 hours and 23 minutes. What's that all about? So we're literally exactly the midway point. So we've got a long journey ahead of us, but with a nice break in the middle. And I'm going to show you, today's vlog is going to be showing you some of where I was born, some of my hometown. And if it's not interesting for you, I'm really looking forward to it. See you in a bit. We are on our way. It is 63 miles on the M5 before the next instruction, so I thought it was safe to record a bit. Lex is glad. More human shortly. Normal service will be resumed as soon as possible.
I am awake, so that's a good start.
Yeah, it's 9:38. The intention was to get on the road by 9 o'clock. It's taken us a long time to get this far, so we're already running behind schedule. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We're going to meet Susan Badwolf.
We are going to meet Susan Badwolf. As I said to the camera earlier on, it's extremely unlikely that she'll be willing to be filmed.
Yeah, that's true.
Extremely unlikely.
Yeah. We've never even seen her face.
I've seen her in a photo.
She's going to turn up today in a mask, isn't she?
She's turning up today in a gimp mask.
Please don't. That would be weird.
She's not watching this until afterwards, by which time it's too late.
And she'd have gone, but I did wear the
gimp mask. Yeah. How did they know?
Yeah.
So yeah, on the road, and we'll see you. The next time you see us will either be, if we stop for a wee, there's a very strong chance we'll stop for a wee, or Market Harbour.
So small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So
annoyingly, my bladder has done woman of a certain age thing, and we are half an hour into the journey and we're stopping for a wee. But we have come to Gloucester Services, which are literally the poshest services this end of the M5. I don't know if there's any nice services anywhere else, but Gloucester Services are posh. I'll show you them. So for starters, it's in like a hobbit hole. It's in a grassy dome. It's very streamlined and hides away in the landscape. We've got little coffee huts outside where you can sit and enjoy your coffee. It's nothing like any of the other motorway services I've ever been in. So it's essentially a farm shop and kitchen. And yeah, it's not your average motorway services. I'm going to the loo, Lex. So there's what they call a quick kitchen there, where you can get quick takeaway drinks and stuff. And then there's a very nice restaurant. It's worth coming to Gloucester Services just to use the restaurant. Posh coffee machine.
Throw your things away tonight, we'll go a different way, you and me. Tell your friends that this might take some time and you'll be back another day.
He still might be too hard.
It's breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah.
Now it's a stage an intervention. That's not an intervention, that's just giving me more trouble.
I love them.
It's a Florentine, is
I
it?
love Florentines.
Are you having Florentine? No, I'm just going to be sad about it.
So far, you and me.
Train cake! Where's the train cake? This is Pauline's Bakery. It's
Oh,
Bakery's
yeah.
train cake.
Maybe it's only for trains.
I was excited, I thought it was train cake.
Can't you see? I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah. We can go so far, so far.
And a cheesemonger's history of the British Isles.
Can you please tell the camera why you think Jack would like Cheesemonger's History of the British Isles?
Who wouldn't want that?
If they got an architect's history of the British Isles, that might be more.
Yeah. Oh.
Which one of these look most manly?
With rainbows on.
I don't have rainbow. I think they're birds. I'm not sure.
They're not that inspiring, really, are they?
We'll dance on that till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby. We'll dance on that till the break of dawn.
It's not your average services. Oh my god, look at this! OMG. I just want to live here.
We'll dance on that till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby.
Well, we're here, we're in Market Harbour. We've driven through some very odd weather conditions to get here. It's been belting down with rain one second and blazing hot the next. It is currently dry in Market Harbour, although there are some worrying grey clouds ahead. I am in the Commons car park. This was a Tesco I used to go to with my granny when I was little. And We're going to go meet Susan first. Well, Lex has already gone and met Susan while I was paying for the parking. And I'll catch up with you in a bit. That is the church in the middle of the town square. And there, just above my finger now, can't get my finger in frame, there is Market Harbour Old Grammar School. There's a lot of history, an awful lot of history attached to that grammar school. My gran used to sing in that church, although that wasn't her church. They used to go there and be part of the choir. And Lex and Susan have gone into British Art Foundation. Yeah, it says the old grammar school. The timber portion of this building was erected in 1614 by Robert Smith. It was set up on posts to keep the market people dry in times of foul weather. The brick portion was added in 1868 and the building was restored by public subscription in 1978, owned by Market Harbour and the Bowden's charity. And in 2014 the charity undertook a comprehensive programme of refurbishment which involved works on all parts of the structure and the replacement of the majority of external elements. You used to be able to go inside. When I was a kid you could go in, but I don't. It doesn't. Maybe you can go in now on some kind of guided tour, but it doesn't seem to be open to the public right now. There's Harbour Theatre. Over there, that's Harbour Library. Well, I used to come back and visit my gran after we moved away. I moved away when I was 4, but I used to come back and visit my gran several times a year and stay for a while. I wasn't very happy after we moved away. I've always been a big reader, and my mum's friend from school, was called Myra, worked in Harbour Library, and she arranged what they called a temporary ticket for me for when I came down on holidays so that I could get my books out. And I used to walk down from my gran's house, which is further up there, walk down every day and change my books, because I would literally read like 4 books overnight, so I'd walk down every day and change my books. So the bridge I'm standing on wasn't here when I was a kid, but that bridge there was, as you can see, because that was quite old. And I used to spend hours standing on that bridge while my gran was in Quicksave, hours and hours standing on that bridge looking at the water. But there will be fish in there somewhere. Slightly warped, diseased fish with 3 feet and no fins, but there'll be fish. It's very overgrown. It was much wider than this river when I was a kid. Much wider. They've stopped clearing it, obviously. It was easily 3 times the width. The banks went almost straight down on both sides. Further up there, I used to actually get in and paddle. Yeah, they're not going for a paddle today. This is the market. I used to come here every Saturday with my gran. Every Saturday morning into the market. One end is the fish market, and then you go through the side. It was a much bigger market when I was a kid. They built on most of it. But it used to be a cattle market as well. When I was a child, they'd bring all the cattle here from surrounding times. So, still a fish market. Still a traditional fish market at this end. What a present for Jack. Should we take him a fish? A cheese stall. Susan's cheese stall.
Yes, not mine.
This big cafe part wasn't here when I was a kid. It was all stalls all the way through the middle. Feels like 800 years ago since I was a child. Can't see any photographs from the 70s. Oh yeah, there you go. This is the square looking towards the High Street in 1971. Well, I was born in 1973, so that looked very much like that when I was a kid. So that over there is the square that I just showed you in that photo a second ago. So this is Susan's favourite tree.
Susan's favourite tree.
Susan, tell us about your tree.
It's gorgeous. It's in the Memorial Park in Market Harbour, and it is the most beautiful tree. And I often come here and hug it.
It's been here a long time.
Did you know I was a tree hugger?
You do look like a tree hugger. I can't show you Susan on camera because she doesn't want to be on film, but yeah, she does look exactly like a tree
green
hugger.
hair and dreadlocks,
Yeah.
right? She's wearing really colourful trousers.
Yeah.
Hippie.
She looks like she lives in a tree.
Oh, but yeah, it's a beautiful tree. Do a close up of the bark.
Do a close up of the bark.
Bark is gorgeous.
In the comments, advise us if you like Susan's tree. Please say yes, because she'll be devastated if you don't.
Well, I don't want anyone else to like it because then they'll come and touch it and nobody else can touch it except me.
She's quite possessive about the tree, apparently. This is the memorial garden. I have sat, let me show you a seat of posterity. I have sat on this very seat here, cuddling a boyfriend many, many years ago, back in the days when I was young and attractive and had boyfriends. I would have been about 14 at the time. Sat on this very seat, cuddling a boyfriend. That's the river again down there. We've gone round in a kind of a loop. This is the pergola and rose garden that they had put up to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the First World War, the beginning of the war. So this went up in 2014. And then on the gates is my... Now he's my granny's brother, so he would be my great uncle, wouldn't he? He died in the war, and his name is on the gates. So we're going to have a look at that when we come back out through the gates. We're on that square again that I showed you a minute ago. We're literally walking around in concentric circles. And I think if I remember rightly, he's on the other side. There he is. J.E. Hammond. That was my great uncle. That was my Granny Hammond's second child. So my Granny Thomas's brother. Granny Hammond had 4 children and she outlived 3 of them. She lived to 103 years old, outlived 3 of her own children. There you go, that's my great uncle.
No way!
Yes way! So yeah, this is my hometown. We're going to say goodbye to Susan. We're having coffee now. We're going to say goodbye to Susan in a bit, and then on the way home I want to drive past my school. Well, not home, on the way on to York. I want to drive past my school and probably past my 2 grannies' houses. And I was going to go into the cemetery, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that now. I don't know if I'm feeling... It seems silly not to. So yeah, I might go and do that. Might go and do that. So this is Our Lady of Victoria Catholic Church. This is the church I attended with my granny when I was little. Up here, this is the church hall, further up.
So this is your old what?
This is our church. This is the church I used to go to with my granny. Up here, this is the community centre attached to the church. I used to come here with my great granny and she used to play cards for golden hour in there, and I used to do the teas. Doesn't look any different. Just walk through there by the Three Swans Hotel. There's a cut through there. When I was very little, we used to go all the way up there, about 3 streets up. My granny used to go and take some shopping to a lady who had a myna bird. And I'd been tiny, and my memory of that myna bird is it screaming shut the door every time you went in. And this,
Shut that door.
this is my first primary school, St Joseph's Catholic Primary School. There are no children in view at the moment, which is why I'm filming. If there were children around, I was like, I won't be able to film if there's any kids around. But yeah, it's an academy now. Yeah, that's my first primary school. This building here, which is a nursery, that wasn't there. So this whole thing was the playground. That building wasn't there.
All this was field.
When I was a girl, all this was fields. Just up there, probably about 8 houses up, I bet it's back to being a house now, there was a tiny, pokey little sweet shop. One of those really old, pokey, dirty little tobacconist sweet shops with open sweets on the counter, probably getting covered in dust. And I used to go in there with me 5p and get, 18 tons of sweets, as you could for 5p back in the day. So this is Orchard Street. We've just parked so that I can walk back up. This is Orchard Street. This is where this is where the bulk of my childhood memories are, Orchard Street, because I moved away when I was 4, but I came back here to visit several times a year, as I said. So this is where the bulk of my memories are. And this house behind me here, number 22. Number 22, that was my grand's house. Front bedroom there, my grand's bedroom. Just here, there is a loose brick, and I used to put treasures underneath that brick. I think it would be a bit cheeky of me now to try and lift that brick and see if any of my treasures are still under there. But yeah, that brick there used to hide my treasures under. Down there you go, there, down there to the back gardens. It feels kind of weird being back here. I feel strangely emotional. I think it's the knowledge that I'll probably never come again. Me and my gran would walk along here. The White House is there in the distance. My cousin's nan and granddad lived there. Just no biggies. My cousin's nan and granddad lived in those White Houses about halfway along. I have only a very faint memory of ever going in there once. That was their nan and granddad on their dad's side, obviously. I used to walk up here with my granny, and then we'd walk up the hill and cut through the back and end up in Birch Tree Gardens, which is where my great gran lived, in a bungalow. I'm going to go there next, but I thought before we go up there, I'll just walk around this corner and show you the park that I used to play in. I suppose I'm showing me the park that I used to play in, really, more than you. In true Midlands fashion, it's not called the park, it's called the Rec, short for recreation ground. But I'm a southerner now, so we call it the park. And of course, all of the play equipment is a bit different to how it was 35 years ago, more, 40 years ago.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town.
There we go, that's my great granny's bungalow. She lived there until she was 100 years old.
Wow.
I was telling Lex on the way up, she had a fall when she was 100 and broke all the bones down one side, and then ended up going to a nursing home. But she lived there until she was 100 years old. They've had a new front door in the last 20 years. Funny that.
Wonder if they decorated.
I should imagine so, because she hadn't decorated since 1950 something, so I should imagine whoever went in next had a bit of a clean sweep, yeah. Here where it says Simington Way, this used to be the old Simington's factory. My gran worked in the Simington's factory for a few years, and then over the back somewhere is the Harbour Museum, and they did have an entire section about my great gran in the Harbour Museum. There's a load of recordings and whatever to tell about how life used to be. This is whether it's still there 20 years later. Museums change their stuff, don't they?
I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town.
We finished the Hardra. We're on our way up to Jack's now in York. So I'm going to say goodbye to this video, because this video is literally just going to be me wandering around in my past and poking my happy memories to see if they hurt. Some of them do. So we're on our way up to York now, so if you want to see some of that, you'll have to tune into another video. Bye! Bye!